Let's get cool.
All right.
They need to get Fergie.
That was tight. I don't know why. That part was actually pretty tight.
Black Eyed Peas are good.
Yeah, I was fine with Black Eyed Peas.
They're good, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Will.i.am underrated, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Well, he's
underrated.
a good producer, and also he made good party tracks.
Out of LA, I think Compton.
Why would you hate him? Okay. Anyway, that's not the point.
He is.
The point is. Welcome to the ULI podcast where we just come up with shit on the fly.
And we good at it.
I'm Brian.
This Chris.
We good at it. It's your favorite pie head, Sir D's.
No J Money, Mo Will, the real J Will, and the fake J
Mr.
Will.
Patty.
All of them. He's not here today.
He's working on future vacations, just so y'all know.
Put in the overtime work. Probably quite literally.
He really is.
But we gonna hold it down without him like we do. Shout out to him. But we gonna kick that shit like we do. Have a good time. Play with these topics. We got, I think, intriguing topics across the board. Everybody brought something they really wanted to talk about. That usually leads to some kind of fun conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
and interesting.
And in those conversations, we like to call each other out. You know, for the BS, the misslips, the misinformation, and all of the above, and whatever else you can think of. You know, that's gonna get called out with us. We don't have no example shot.
No, everybody's.
Everybody came and ready tonight.
You know what a shot is, right?
Everybody
And there's a
was
shot. We also got the $10 cash app to the 805 ENT Entertainment, actually, and then we also got the Stay Ready push-ups because we're going to Big Bear, but also to Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I started working out again.
Congratulations. That's all I can really say.
I'm sore.
Yeah,
Me too. And my body is sore too.
Yeah, it is. We'll get back in there. We gotta stay ready, right?
I started doing Zumba. And that shit is easier for me to work out on because I like to dance. And that shit, it works the fuck out your body. My legs are sore, my ass is sore, my arms are sore.
Legitimate.
Shit's fucking crazy.
Dance is so exhausting.
They get you moving.
Crazy.
So that's so legit. I'm with that. I've been also. I mean, if we talking about workouts,
We done got on. I was about to say we done fell all the way down this, didn't we?
Honestly, I haven't even been feeling like it, but I've just been going.
You so in habit now, though.
You're in the best shape out of all of us, though.
Right, yeah, so habit
But
now.
The Rock said, The Rock is like the most important days when you don't want to go. So that's what.
Quoting buff niggas too. Come on.
Come on.
I don't follow The Rock, but I did. I took that one hard.
He said no pain, no gain. But anyway, we got topics like I said. We didn't really pick an order, but my topic is gonna be about, y'all probably seen it by now if you didn't, this Roe v. Wade overturned situation, the implications. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Brian, what's yours?
Man, I'm having a hard time because I got distracted by Roe v. Wade. Oh, climate change. Because we're about to solve that tonight.
We got the answer, Sway.
We got the answer, man. We're about to solve it tonight.
And Sherman? Sir D.
I can't wait to get to that topic. And my topic is, hey, fellas, we finally got BBLs out there for our waves. We gonna get it. We gonna talk about these.
We gonna talk about it.
Male enhancement, non-surgical enhancement for the male peni out there.
It's
gonna
gonna be an episode, as y'all can see.
This is going to be fun.
We're gonna throw this ULI energy around and have a good time about it and enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it right now. Let's get it.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Topic I'm bringing today is came across this post on IG.
You guys, it's Filler Friday, and we are now offering penis filler here at Charette Cosmetics. Penis filler is performed using a naturally occurring substance found in the body, hyaluronic acid, which is injected into the shaft to produce a marked increase in thickness. It is performed in the office in under 45 minutes using local anesthetic, and the procedure has little to no pain. Even though it is mainly a procedure that increases girth, the length of your penis may also be enhanced due to the sheer bulk of the filler, which causes it to hang longer. There is little to no downtime. Results can last up to 2 years, and this treatment is done very discreetly in the office.
Apparently, this cosmetics place in, I don't know if it's called cosmetics, but something like that, in Atlanta, they are now offering...
It would be Atlanta.
Enhancement injections. And it's the male version of the BBL if you want a more thicker member
I think it's worse than the BBL.
You think it's worse?
Because this is like your private organ.
The
like,
injection is into your shaft.
Ain't no vaginal injection. Is there?
I don't know. You really can't even tell if you have a shaft, then I guess get the injection.
But continue.
But I mean, it's for all the niggas who feel inadequate in that area. I mean, all these females be saying how much they want BBCs and whatnot, even though we see that some of y'all be really fronting about that shit. Y'all don't want it near you. You just like looking at them. But, hey, the thing is, the playing field is getting level, guys. It's getting level. Fellas, if she say your dick ain't big enough, you can go to Atlanta and get an injection. Actually, they recommend you get 3 injections minimum for your the first time. Actually, once you get 5, but 3 minimum, and each one of them injections is $700 a piece. $700, $2,100, and then you got follow-ups you gotta do. They say it lasts for 18 to 24 months, which is almost 2 years. So you'd have to go and get touch-ups and whatnot. But I mean, I kind of feel better about that because that means whatever they putting in there is not staying in there. Unlike
they said
silicone.
it was a chemical naturally produced in the body.
Yeah,
they just amplifying.
Yeah, but it's not like silicone. But
you're getting girth.
It says you get a little length. It says you get a little length.
By a byproduct of the girth.
Yeah.
So we talking it can be minuscule or not. But most likely
it'll still get longer. Just not hella longer.
You're gonna be out here with the eggplant circumference.
Hey.
Oh, swole dick nigga.
If you got a nigga that ain't got nothing, he'll probably take that shit.
So, I mean, I could just pay a bitch to tell me it's big. This is a man. We're okay with that. Just
but your OnlyFans ain't gonna do great.
I don't need an OnlyFans. Her OnlyFans is fine. But just tell me. It's fine.
I'm just saying, sex sells for both sides.
All I'm saying is you don't have to go through pain. You can just make somebody else.
No, it's painless. Apparently, they said it's what they say. They numb you or something, so you don't feel it at all. I was giggling because they said they want to make the experience as comfortable as possible, so you don't feel no pain. So they numb you really well down there,
pleasurably,
so you don't feel it. It's fucking, I don't know, it's crazy.
That sounds terrible too.
It's crazy, but it's reflective of a society to me, because we already dealing with ladies that already inject everything in their body and get enhancements and all this stuff, and it's like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, if I can get my abs injected, I probably would.
Now that's a BBL for a guy.
That's
the man
but
BBL.
To grow your member though, but that would be the equivalent of the value that we place on it, that they place on their shit. Like for us, our value would probably be like how they feel about their boobs or something.
There are no shortcuts to the things that women want physically from men. There are no shortcuts. But for women, and maybe that speaks to, you know, what we push. Because we didn't make anything for us, but women got, they can get fake ass, titties, hair, eyes, nails, lips.
Don't even know who you are.
Although we are starting to see men with installation hair pieces now, so we getting there. I'm just saying, you could be bald headed like me and go and get some waves to a single haircut. I'm just saying, or some dreads even. I seen them. Yeah, I seen them.
I think women know that in addition to everything a human can do, they can also manipulate a certain percentage of the species visually. They haven't thought of it like that, but that's exactly what you're doing. And then you're acting like you're not sexist, but you actually are. You're definitely using that to... but you know what? I guess it would just lean on anybody who's sexually attracted to you, so never mind.
But the problem is, though, you're creating a bunch of weird or unrealistic expectations that won't continue through your seed. Like when you breed with somebody, your kids are not going to come out like how Kim Kardashian paid her body to look. Yeah, they're going to come out how you looked before. Yeah, like Kylie Jenner, her kids are not going to come out shaped like Kylie Jenner is now. Right. They're going to look like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie. Yeah. the little white boy Kylie. Yeah, they're going to look like that. Yeah. So it's going to do, I think it's going to do some weird shit. But I just thought it was interesting. Even the fact that it's coming out of Atlanta of all places, it's like, well, what better place to start? But I don't know. We've talked about male contraceptives and boiling your balls and bathing your balls and stuff. But to get a needle, I'm scared of needles. To get a needle injected directly into the shaft of your male member is, first of all, terrifying to me. Even if it's numb, good luck getting me to lay there and let you stab my dick. I'm sorry. And then you got 3 of them on your first one, minimum. I'm cool.
You a lie. I gotta get you with a you a lie. She said 5 to 10 on the first one, didn't she?
No, it recommended. They said 3 minimum.
You a lie.
Okay, what?
I'm standing on the you a lie.
Here we go. All right.
Go to Discord. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. Go to Discord.
I dropped the details in Discord.
Right, the picture ones.
Go to the under.
All right, let's see here.
A few moments later.
That will be the minimum of 3 syringes. With any additional syringe coming, most patients receive 5 to 10 syringes their first visit.
How many can be done? It says a minimum of 3, which is 1,200. Although 5 to 10 is recommended.
It sounds like we're moving on.
Yeah, I gave it to you.
All right. What is that for?
That's for a shot.
What are you doing? William Shatner?
I thought I was going to take one. I thought I was going to have to take one.
I can't remember the 5 to 10.
I just want to know. I know, because especially y'all already have y'all ladies, so y'all ain't even worried about impressing nobody out there or nothing like that. But if you were single in this market with everybody doing body enhancements and stuff, and
How you gonna ask the question a minute left for the topic?
Yeah. Now we're starting the conversation. Now you are starting the discussion.
What do you mean?
Go ahead, continue.
We've been discussing the whole time.
But I've been waiting on this question. Go ahead.
For sure.
Oh, well, then I was just wanting to know.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I just want to know y'all thoughts on that, on how y'all feel about that, and just it being available now for men to do as this. I don't know.
For me personally, I can only make it personal. I mean, if I want to generalize it, if women can get shit off to them, men should be able to too. But for me personally, I ain't going out of my way to extend nothing until I get verbal, express, and prolonged reports of bitches not being satisfied with the product. Until I get that, I ain't got no reason to switch up the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping with the stroke that's been stroking.
I have no complaints.
I got no complaints. Batting 1,000, bitch.
I feel that.
I'll wait till the in between.
That's right.
I fucking feel that. That's
Batting
right.
1,000.
I forgot my point. That's pretty good.
Until then, I ain't going, and especially dropping 700 per
syringe,
needle,
bro.
And I won't even get a catheter away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had to knock me out for a catheter. I couldn't imagine what's going to have to happen for this. Numbing is not enough.
Yeah.
Numbing is not enough.
Yeah.
I need to be full sleep. Wake me up when it's over.
I think there's a, let's be real here. There might be a practicality to this for some men.
Yes.
Be real.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I think that's why it's a product.
It's girthy though.
But
like,
you need to.
Niggas looking down me like I need more girth. Maybe.
Some niggas might have long, skinny dicks.
Listen.
Go ahead.
It's just. It might be possible that you need this procedure. So I don't want to write that off.
Right.
Don't want to write that off. But for the most part, I think it's just the same thing with like women in titty size. It's like, you think people care, but they don't really fucking care. Like,
especially if they like you.
Did you guys have good sex? That's really all that mattered. That's
and if the answer has been a lot of no's there, then maybe.
You might want to explore a few options. Your penis.
Can you first go get some herb? Get your herbal game. Get your vitamins right. Get the sea moss or whatever else is popping out here. I don't know. Before we go injecting yourself.
If you're receiving maybe no compliments or maybe just complete like silence on your dick, like maybe.
She always ready to go. You never want to cuddle. But you ain't never had to clean a puddle in the bed.
Well, let me put this out there because not everybody is a shower. What if you just want to get injections so that you can be a shower and watch?
That's stupid.
Why you're just showing your shit?
That's dumb.
I don't know. It's a thing. That's why there's a saying that people are showers and not growers, or growers and not showers, or some shit.
Same women that get ass injections because they just don't want to work for their ass.
I'm saying if you want to, if you got a history, if you trying to be a stripper or a stripper or something.
I like that. That was a gym.
Like if you got some.
Can we keep
if you trying to go on some kind of like career path,
no amount of fucking you can do
right there, like this, if it's all for the show, then maybe. Like if you, what else could you do with that? You want to be an art model or you stand around naked?
No,
to get
but
drawn?
they definitely give attention to big dick niggas though. They really
Niggas
do.
just ain't walking around with their dicks out. It's not like dick cleavage.
Great sweatpants season is a real thing, nigga.
One.
How much longer?
One. We had to end up.
Let us know in the comments.
It can't get
We had to
Hey
end.
niggas, I mean niggas.
I didn't have
Hey,
anything better to
y'all,
say.
let us know. Let us know in the comments, man. Do y'all think? Hey, y'all down for the injection in the male member? Y'all think we should be able to keep up with the bigger the booty, the bigger the penises? Let us know how in the comments how y'all feel
One's a
about
tool, one's the
it.
aesthetic. The aesthetic. That's a little bit of the difference. You enhancing your tool, the pleasure.
That's what I want to know. Does it decrease any of the usage I get out of it? Like, I don't know,
could.
feeling lost.
Maybe you
and
still
shit,
numb, but
or-
we need to.
Yeah, let's get out of there. Yeah.
Equality.
Equality.
Yeah, lick this bitch down. Man. That's very loud. And my topic for tonight. It's a can't miss. It's a can't miss. It's everywhere.
I'm sorry, my laughter wasn't at this topic.
It's kind of whatever, but yeah, we got Roe v. Wade being overturned by the Supreme Court justices. They have taken a step back, is what I keep seeing from most outlets. 50 some odd years step backwards for women's rights, human rights.
For sure, specifically for women's rights.
So we looking at about what did that video say? 26 states. Before I get, we're regulating back to states deciding about abortion laws. So no longer will federal intervene by saying that the states abortions are legal up to a certain.
Pretty much saying you
Week
women
or whatever.
don't have a right to choose if you
Nationally.
can. Yeah, federally. It's not.
It's now where you live, in which state you live, will determine if you can or cannot have an abortion, or if you will be prosecuted for giving said abortions, or whatever the laws break down to. 26, more than half of the states in the nation are going back and facing this. Some of these in areas where they won't probably be able to escape and get to a place where they can have an abortion without grounds of 6 hours, 5 hours,
surrounding each other.
So it's going to be a shakeup, and I'm posing here. None of us are women, obviously, but I think this has more implications, more ramifications than just on women, right? So we getting into a conservative agenda that we could talk about here that's being pressed heavily, because these were the 3 Supreme Court justices that your boy DT, what I'm saying? He put in with this probably expressed
specifically
mission, even you could say,
specifically around their views on overturning Roe versus Wade.
So to get them in, to get this to happen. So why would these people want this specific outcome? Is where my brain keeps going. So I wanted to throw it here, the little think tank that we got. I don't know what do y'all think is coming down the pipeline, or is the move? Because this is a chess move, obviously, right?
Handmaid's
I think a lot of people will say
It's
they
on
just
the
try to
horizon.
control our bodies. They just want to control our bodies, but I think it's probably more than that.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale is on the horizon, ladies.
Go ahead. Express yourself.
Well, the reason I keep saying Handmaid's Tale is because if you haven't seen it, it's a direction we headed in. Women lose all their rights. Really, they go back to, for real, what do you call it, patriarchy, where your only job and responsibility is to serve and submit to whatever man is your master or owner. The handmaids themselves have babies for the folks that can't have kids themselves. So your only job is to have sex that you don't want and don't consent to, and give birth to children that you don't even get to raise or be connected to. But that's just the gist.
Are you saying that that's where we're going, or
I'm
some
saying
kind of
that
extreme?
I'm saying that
I don't think that's where we're going.
That's the extreme, but I'm saying is you don't get to those extreme places by not having these previous steps in the first place.
Yeah,
and
we're on a slippery slope, is what you're saying. This can lead to something.
Because it's not so much about, and I might feel like I'm making a slavery argument here, but it's not even so much about the abortion in itself. It's more about controlling the rights of the citizens to choose. And if they doing this with women, I promise you, it's not going to stop. with just women's right to choose what they do with their body.
What else can they backpedal?
What else can they do? And and that's what I see coming down the line, the undoing of a lot of things that, for all intents and purposes, I just learned that last week. All intents and purposes, though, that will be controlled or regulated or rolled back by the Supreme Court with their conservative views. So whatever that is,
because that was a huge ruling, right?
Yes.
Like how long till we get to the board versus education, or something else that could be that you would think would be.
Wait a minute! I got one for you. Gay rights, gay marriage. It's up.
And that's the one that just only came recently, right? Yes. With Obama.
I'm about to say, if they struck down abortion, y'all.
Hold on to your wedding rings, because it's up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
this shit's going to be unturned too.
I saw Brian over here jotting. I'm curious what you jotted.
I just had a thing. Okay, so I know how we all feel about this objectively, but your personal feelings towards abortion, like towards it,
personal stance.
If it came up in your life, if you knew that your SO or whatever was pregnant, would you feel like abortion was an acceptable out?
I can think of circumstances where. Yes, so I guess I'm definitely on the pro-life side of it.
Pro-choice?
Oh, pro-choice. Oh, I was going pro-life. Huh? Yeah, I'm definitely pro-choice because if I can bring you the scenario like, what if a girl gets raped and she don't want to live with that trauma? Like, I know people that's happened to, and they had to live with that trauma. And what if they wanted to get an abortion? How could I be like, nah? So if I could make that one concession, I could feel like there's definitely more.
I'll take it even deeper than that, bro, because if you're not in a position to support raising a child or being a parent, I feel like you should have the right to terminate that pregnancy rather than go through.
I think I've been
low-key a cop-out.
I need to clarify.
It is a cop-out, but you should have the right to cop out.
I need to clarify this question. For you, is it an acceptable out?
Yes.
Yeah.
For me?
I can come. It depends on the reason. No.
I'll tell you now, I could be married, got 5 kids.
Just because she got pregnant and I don't want it, I don't think I could go there. Just because she got pregnant and I don't want it, I don't think I could go.
I would think that's most of the scenarios, and I would say that's not an acceptable outcome.
If I'm married, I got 5 kids, and with my wife, she unplanned pregnancy because we ain't trying to do. We agreed that we got too many, we ain't trying to do no more. And she said, "Hey, I don't want to go through this. We already, this is a handful enough as it is. We can talk about it, and yes, that can be an option. I'm not tied to the notion of, if you're pregnant, it gotta come. I'm not tied to that notion.
But for me, I'm taking the precautions to not get to that step. So
I would imagine.
I'm there too.
If we did everything that we had to do, and you still got pregnant, I'm low-key worried because you wasn't supposed to get worried. You weren't supposed to get pregnant. So we might really want to have an abortion just in case this baby gets some kind of defections or something like that. We don't even want to chance it because we took our steps. You got the thing in you to stop it. I got the vasectomy or whatever. Like, we tried not to have a baby, and we still had one.
Come on, I'll give you a scenario, and it's kind of personal. I'm not going to put no names out, but one of my sisters was pregnant with twins. And she lost one of the twins in her stomach or whatever, in utero or whatever, and the second baby would have had problems or development issues that it wouldn't have survived outside the womb.
That's a scenario.
And she had to make a decision to either do this or risk her own life or her own health or not being able to have babies, period, in the future to not get rid of this at the time. And I can't imagine her risking jail time or no doctors want to do it because of the laws in that state and all that shit. I don't agree with that. And let's not act like all contraceptive is 100% effective. Even condoms not 100% effective.
99.9, right?
99.9. So I don't like people using abortion, the argument for abortion, as an escape from like responsibility or something. Especially if they tried to be responsible before having sex, and it still happened, and they know that they didn't want to have kids when they were being protected.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like you should be able to make the choice to go and do that.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said between you and your girl. If you guys come to this thing and y'all got to go through it together, that's what really matters. What really matters is that y'all decided, and it's like, no, we can't do this. It's gonna be really hard for us.
And the fucking state shouldn't be able to tell you nothing about that part
because you know the sacrifice that y'all gotta make.
Right, you ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah. And these niggas ain't gonna try to help you.
You ain't raising nothing.
I ain't gonna lie.
They're all gonna be like, she got pregnant. And then they gonna go and fuck like 12
do their thing, right?
Which is what they do.
Or masters even.
Right.
Mistresses or masters.
I see some talking points too on the why this may be a conservative agenda for them filling the numbers of low white birth rates in America.
Didn't I said it was they try to feed the system, but continue.
Yes, but they're not having enough babies, all white
replacement
babies.
theory.
Right. So for them, I feel like this is a way for them to force a bunch of white girls, because let's keep it real. When Roe v. Wade was first passed, and then a whole bunch of colored folks was getting abortions and whatnot, these politicians wasn't fucking trying to overturn it that bad. No, they might not have agreed with it. They might have had the talking points against it. But you
get them colored babies up out of here.
50 years, they wasn't concerned about it. But now that there's a risk of
Hold on, wait. Because it's I didn't mean to hold you on, but that's particularly targeted towards the poor whites, as you said. And I think they also doing the same thing to feed the system on the poor black side. So you going to keep having these babies. You can't get an abortion. They got to come out here. That's going to create more struggle, more stress, and an already inflated economy, which is going to inflate the crime, which is going to inflate the prison numbers, which is going to give us more free labor and increase the modern day slavery.
Productivity. Yes, for this. Yes.
If we talking conspiracies, I see a couple agendas that they can feed off of in this one motion. This wasn't just about controlling women's bodies, but what else they can get from the outcome. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a bigger move being showed.
Once you start making billions of dollars, you start thinking about humans in terms of populations.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah. And palm pieces
and dollar signs.
You can make from those populations, and that's what
the sucky thing for me is
we're dealing with right now.
The most people that are going to be affected by this law, even more than the niggas who are going to be on the hook for unplanned pregnancies, is going to be the women who are forced to carry these babies that they didn't want to in the first place, or decided they wanted to give and care for.
Because let's be honest, niggas a deadbeat on your ass. Man, I ain't gonna hold you. We unfortunately, a lot of men can feel they had a luxury to get up out of there. And what you gonna do?
Refuse to learn the lesson.
But this is also going to create a lot more dead meat moms, because you gonna force moms who didn't want to have kids to have kids. Did I say dead meat? I meant dead beat.
I'm with you though. But you're right. You're right. You making me have this baby I didn't want. That's resentment from the get go. That's neglect waiting to happen. That's postpartum waiting to happen.
And then don't say adoption, because the adoption services and system is already
foster
flooded
care
and
is already
fucked
a
up.
joke.
It's already fucked up. Period.
A housing for abuse.
Yeah.
So
that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
We ain't gonna get into that.
Ladies, y'all
put it in the comments.
This and the trans thing, I don't know what y'all do. Y'all gonna have to be more, because we can't fight this fight for y'all.
Yeah, I do feel
we can voice our opinion on it,
but we can't fight it.
We can't fight it. No,
this is incredibly unfair. This removes choice from human beings. I think that's unfair. At the end of the day, I would never I would never vote to take away somebody's choice. I think it's up to a certain extent. I mean, am I going to allow you to choose to murder somebody? No. But am I going to allow you to choose to make a
decision for your life?
A decision for your life in another future life that really, I mean, we got kids suing their parents for bringing them into the world.
Right. It's a reality.
And we over here talking about life is sacred. Like, if life doesn't hold itself sacred, then maybe you should just kind of take a step back and regulate it. Regulate yourself a little bit. And, Christians and everybody will preach abstinence, prevention, and blah. Yeah, that's great. But also, you need Plan B's.
Hey, you might want to get some stock in Plan B right now. Yeah, that might be the move.
You ain't lying.
That might be the move.
Yeah, some in the black market, maybe.
Maybe.
Comments.
Sure, y'all can let us know in the comments how y'all feel about this overturn. If y'all gonna feel the effects, if y'all in these certain states, let us know what your state, what's y'all law and how y'all feeling that. Y'all can let us know.
It's a bad timing to be getting penis enhancements, and now you got
it coming. It's on the way.
It's on the way. Now the risk, you gotta keep them babies if you make them. So
after these 6 easy installments, I'm putting it down. You don't know your condom size no more? Don't need it. Get out of there.
my topic is climate change. And apparently, there's been a solution for a while that I don't really know how common knowledge this is, but I just stumbled across this video today, and I thought it was incredibly interesting.
A great scientist, John Martin, pointed out in 1988, if you take a tiny bit of mineral dust back to the ocean, that will help the plankton bloom and can allow the oceans to remove the vast majority of humanity's carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. That's a few 100,000 tons of iron ore rock dust. Well, Australia sells to China every year 600 million tons of iron ore rock dust. So if we wanted to restore the world's oceans to health and save the world from climate change, we merely need to deploy a team of people with brooms and dust pans to sweep up the dust around the great iron ore shipping ports in Australia. If we use the ocean and the sun to power photosynthesis, we can mitigate climate change. And it won't take decades to do that. It will take mere years. Instead of costing trillions of dollars, it will merely cost millions of dollars. Ocean pasture restoration has the capacity to pull 30 to 35 billion tons of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere every year and repurpose it into new ocean life. Humanity only emits 45 billion tons, so that's 3/4 of the burden of the fossil fuel age.
I would recommend looking into more research, but it was pretty sound. Apparently, there was research done even back in 1988 saying that
Same year we was born.
saying that if you drop a certain type of clay, if it's like a red clay from Australia, that if you
Dust, I think is what they called it.
Dust. Yeah, you're right.
It was clay dust.
Okay, got me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the terminology because the word clay stuck out, but
yeah, it was
I
clay
think it's right
dust
too.
though.
But
Off the shipping yard or whatever.
What they do is you just sprinkle this over a certain, tons of it apparently, but apparently we have it in abundance. But you sprinkle so much of it over the ocean, and it increases the amount of plankton. And if you increase the amount of plankton in the ocean, you increase the amount of ocean life or whatever. And also, I think the carbon dioxide consumption. So they consume carbon dioxide.
The plankton.
I think the plankton. Yes, I think the plankton specifically. But you and I.
I thought that's what we settled on.
I'm doing it for sport because I still don't understand how plankton consume carbon dioxide.
But that was my understanding of it, though.
It's a forest shot.
You know what? Let me continue covering while you look it up. Here, there you go.
I'll use my phone.
No, don't do that. Or I guess you can try. Trevor's pretty good with his phone.
Yeah, I'll use my phone. Let me see.
But yeah, basically, to make a long story short, this he wanted to treat ocean areas like pastures of land, the way we do treat land. You got to treat the soil, so why not treat the water to make it more plentiful and grow more? And for some reason, this research, even though it was this was in Canada, and even though it was being paid for by the Canadian government, they raided the place that was doing the research, destroyed the research, and then this I guess is the first we're hearing about until then.
I can't read that.
Oh my God! Yes, I told you, plankton are not. They're planes, right?
No. But let me read what it actually says. It says, like land plants, phytoplankton have chlorophyll to capture sunlight, and they use photosynthesis to turn it into chemical energy.
Yep.
They consume carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
That's what chlorophyll does.
That's primordial ooze shit. Like that's there were no plants. That's because plankton had to make the oxygen first. But
that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Wow, that was a good loss.
So yeah, very interesting, right? But yeah, that's the basis of the story. Is maybe climate change can be fixed in a matter of a decade. Maybe. What do you think about that?
And I think the most intriguing point that he was talking about was that won't take them billions, trillions of dollars.
Yeah, it's gonna take millions.
Only millions. What they giving these athletes by the droves.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kyrie Irving, all that bullshit you doing, you can take your money and dump it in the ocean.
If you really about it, right?
Save the planet.
That's for real.
And the only reason I could think you don't get behind such a, at least to see if this would work kind of fix, is the money of it, the greed of it, right?
Politically,
like the industry behind, which is all part of the industry. Politics is part of the industry.
Yes, that's true.
Of fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels, yeah.
If I may, could you imagine that little salmon scenario? How pissed off did the rest of the industry get when these people hauled in more salmon than you could possibly do anything?
Record high.
It said that they were expecting 50 million and ended up getting
that was a good
250.
haul. And it got 5 times.
5 times.
But what did we see from the propaganda immediately? The salmon said no more. Like,
the salmon said
overfishing, like they're against overfishing.
In the news articles for the whatever Canadian town this was that the paper put out had this in the headlines.
Yes.
Salmon say they've had enough of overpopulation,
overfishing,
overplankton.
I have watched and seen stuff where they talk about salmon farming, and that shit is bad. It is really
like how much
bad.
we consume or how much we have.
That is a perfect example of an industry trying to preserve a terrible practice in order to keep the money.
Oh, you mean the farming of it? The farming practices is bad.
Salmon, yeah, salmon farming is really, really bad.
Yeah, so it would be better to get them naturally out
or
the
to farm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
in case of it wasn't my idea, so I can't allow it. It kind of it screams of.
Yes.
But you could also innovate. You could buy you some of this. You know what I'm saying? We had another stock opportunity. Somebody should have invested in this shipwrecking dust situation.
Yeah.
What's the name of this? Look it up. There's a gold mine here because I mean, if we could solve climate change in our lifetime, I don't see a person that would really be against it.
I see a bunch of people that would be against it.
I think they tell us there's people against it, but I think that's just for their party's sake.
Climate change is lucrative when you are invested in or the owner of these fossil fuel companies.
But if you ask an average person on the streets, do you want to continue to destroy the planet?
They're not the ones that are essentially making the decisions.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like the people that fill up this country the world want the world to be preserved.
Yes.
Right. So we need to get onto that track, regardless of the powers that be. But the people that have the money, because he said millions, right? Like this can be a private sector thing.
This could be a whole private venture,
people
bro.
do illegal shit
The
in the ocean
influence.
all the time. Can we
You know what I'm saying?
Illegal shit in the ocean.
You know what I'm saying?
Clay in the ocean for no fucking reason.
All we talking about is action
for
at
a
this
good
point.
reason.
Go and fucking do the shit.
For good no reason.
Yes.
Please.
No, for real. And
Instead of starting a cult, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes. The reason why this is so intriguing to me is because I took these there was these retreats and workshops for these climate change topics and movements many years ago. I think like 2012, I would say. And during that course of that, first of all, when you find out the actual condition the Earth is under as it is now, it's kind of depressing. It's really, the first session I left out of there like needing to do some self-care because I feel like, what the fuck is the point? Like, we've already done so much damage that it would take us 50 years.
That's what they always say, right?
Just to make a dent on the past stuff.
Or we couldn't
we've already
we
done.
couldn't reverse the damage in our lifetime to see any benefit or whatever.
We started healing the ozone layer. We started healing that. That is actually.
You came in with actually is basically you a lie.
Well, actually, but my point
actually,
is,
that's basically you a lie.
What he's talking about is healing the ozone layer. But what he's talking about, even with that, healing the ozone layer is literally undoing the damages that were done many decades before our time. But in that process, we are still continuing to destroy. We are still continuing
the present damage
being done, which means we would always be behind
the curve,
trying to catch up to a solution. So something like this that would knock off a big chunk of solution for us would be something you would think everybody would get behind. But that just goes to show how much they don't give a fuck about us, because by the time they die, they're not going to be here to deal with the fallout.
Well, humans, this is how we are as humans, right? Like if something always been working for you, you're not interested in changing anything.
If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Why would I change this for you? Everything's going perfectly fine for me. Why would I change this for you? As a matter of fact, I'm going to make this more in my advantage. I don't really understand that mindset, because you have more than you could ever want in the first place.
Or you
and they have teams of people bringing them the effects or whatever of the work that they're doing. So you're seeing that if you're drilling in these places, what it's doing to the planet.
Yes.
And you're like, that's
a small price to pay.
In 70 years, I'll be dead.
But the reason, and here's the thing too, if you think about it, like in the animal realm and extinction, yes, the things that, like, this has been lucrative for us, but after you overdo it so much, then there's no more of that left. You turn to the next thing, and the next thing becomes endangered and then obsolete. Then you turn to the next thing, and once we do that with all of our resources, ain't gonna be nowhere else to turn.
No more things.
There's gonna be no more things. So, and it kind of like burns me up like that they got raided and shit by the Canadian government.
By the people they had a contract with.
Because if it was showing to work, and this is how I always know the things that work and don't work, because the things that don't work is the stuff that that governments will promote, that private companies will promote, because they don't work just right, you got to keep doing it. But if it works good and it heals or it repairs or it fixes, that's a one-time purchase. And you can't make continuous money off of that.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of the heat death of the universe? It's basically that pretty much the universe is going to burn out, go cold, and everything is going to die, right? I'm sorry. But so I think that I have a theory that there have to be people who subscribe to the death of civilization, who believe that it's going to happen anyway, and they're not going out on bottom. Like they believe in the heat death of civilization.
I think I do believe the same that civilizations are going to die, but I don't want to foster that either. Like, I don't want to be the reason that it happens.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I think that I think I pointed it out before that these people don't want to go out on bottom, so they're not trying to prolong civilization. They want to.
Me and mine's gonna be all right.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay. If civilization goes on, we're gonna have the most. We're gonna be on top. We're gonna be calling the shots. I think there's something along the lines of that. It's not that specifically, but we all know that when you get into those stratospheres, all they're playing is power games.
Yeah.
Because what else could possibly fucking interest you?
And you know what's dangerous about that mindset with those folks? With those, they're gonna be on top and have the most. What is the best of nothing? Once you have the most of nothing, everybody's the same. Everybody's the fucking same.
You ain't got more nothing than me.
You ain't got more nothing than me. You can't drill. We can't burn. We choking on the ozone. Your millions of fake ass money is not gonna do nothing
got
for you.
Got you a little air.
That part. So I don't know. I feel like I'm with Brian. This could be a private venture. All these rich ass motherfuckers that do this showboating and fake philanthropy, nigga, let's do something that we can see some actual fucking results of. And get behind. You think, and here's the thing, you think that you wouldn't get support and be able to build a riches or legacy off of that type of discovery or movement, even if that was your mode.
Money to be
your
made
MO.
there.
You could. Dumping dust in the ocean. Nobody can fucking undo that.
But
do it.
We dump trash in the ocean by the fucking tons.
I think what would need to be more research is what are there any negatives? What's the cons on dumping this
Too many
dust
fish
into the? But what is the dust going to do anything else? Is it just making plankton, or does it have another?
The research when we was dumping trash into the ocean, so let's put some dirt in there.
That's true.
Yeah, there's runoff from factories
Let's drop some
and
dirt in the ocean and see what happens.
I think also still research it.
I'm just looking around.
While you're doing it, research
He's
it.
absolutely right. He's absolutely right. But
you never know.
Point too. We put so much worse into the ocean that it doesn't even matter at this point.
at this point,
both matter. Both matter.
Dust.
Yeah, but one of them is actually beneficial to the things that live in the ocean.
Can't be.
That's allegedly. Sherman.
Can be.
To use your.
No, the 250 million fish was approved.
I'm just saying. We don't know that.
That it made more fish.
That was one test. We don't know
I think worth the investment, especially if he's yielding the kind of results that he's yielding.
We're testing,
and billions of tons of dust being thrown into the ocean, and all the fish that are being born of that, and all the carbon dioxide being absorbed from that. That's in itself worth the investment.
At the very least, you understand those concepts as a human being now.
From the brief video we watched, understand those concepts.
Because climate change is a problem right now.
Right now.
So, and there's more ocean than land, bro.
These things to you.
We are water people.
And explaining to you in simple terms that, hey, if we drop maybe this dirt into the ocean, there's a possibility. Like, how many people would...
I would venture to say probability.
Yeah, he's like, it's happening. It happens.
I'd say probability.
Though his energy was like, no, this works.
Yes. Like, if Earth could vote, I think he would get, like, over 10 billion votes. just put red clay in the ocean. Let's see what happens.
If the Earth could talk, man, give me some of that clay, my guy. Where that clay at?
We dump toxic waste in there. We run off from factories, even just along the Bay Area coastline. We run off from factories directly to the ocean, and these are regulated places that gets this permission
Here's
from
the twist.
Governments, nigga.
What if we disguise the clay dust as some shit we don't know what to do with, and they just throw it in the ocean by happenstance?
Like trash?
Chris, genius.
It's like mix it in with all the products.
Like we just don't know what to do with it, and we need to get.
We got to throw away this dust. All this extra dust.
What to do, boss?
Put it in the ocean. Put the dust in the ocean. And we come see what happens in 50 years.
Look, man, at this point, I mean, from what I've seen of the media, why not?
As your final thought.
If you could make a dent in climate change, that could be effective now that we can start seeing our lifetimes.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't. I don't even see why Canada, of all places, would turn against the people that's doing the damn research.
Yeah. I wasn't there. Allegedly, all that kind of stuff.
It's like killing Dr. Sebi. What? You telling people to cure for cancer? He gotta go. He got
repeat customers. What you want in the comments, dude?
As I've been told before, why is not important.
That's why he's only sometimes a vowel.
He's sometimey, huh? Why is sometimey?
Sometimes why.
Let us know. I don't forget what we're talking about. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's move on. I
got one. Let us know. Are y'all down to invest in dumping clay into the ocean if it helps to repair climate change? It may not solve it because we still do a whole bunch of shit.
Precious Australian clay.
Would y'all get behind that kind of idea? And would y'all support that shit as citizens?
Look it up, y'all. Read into it. It probably might save the world.
Yeah. For real. And then let us know.
Let us know. You heard it here first.
Oh God. Where are we coming with solutions? That's what you Eli is about.
That's what you want, right?
Continuity for that you Eli. Did not know that plankton do absorb. That's crazy.
Well, my assumption, because I didn't remember anything about plankton, but if you absorb carbon dioxide, you're a plant. Right.
All I knew about plankton is that whales want the curry patty for.
All right, y'all. This has been another episode of You Alive.
You Alive.
And we brought you the hot topics. We came with the male member enhancement injections you can get. We came with the Roe v. Wade being overturned. So, ladies, cling, cling, and fellas, wrap it up. Because you can't have them abortions no more if your state is one of the 26.
Just do it this way.
Right.
That's what I
Shut up. And we also talked about climate change and how the solutions are not as far out as they've been preached or taught to us. It can happen a lot sooner than we think to solve those problems.
There's possibilities.
But we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, that's been keeping up with us, our loyal viewers. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. So keeping us on this thing.
Riding it out with.
Yes, for real.
Our listeners too.
Yes, definitely for our listeners, for sure. Yes, for surely. You can continue to consume our content at your favorite podcast sites or apps, or right here on YouTube. We do YouTube too. On the YouTubes. I do want to say keep a lookout on some new content coming out from us. We finally finna bring y'all that blow by blow
It's been teased. It's been anticipated.
Teased, yes, and we've actually done some work on it, so we're actually gonna start putting it out now. So be on the lookout for that.
We're gonna give y'all what we got, right?
Yes, be on the lookout
and y'all
for
get
that.
the stuff we mixed too.
We've been incredibly picky, but it's good. So,
Yes.
bring it to you.
Y'all can continue to find us on our website if you want to go to 805ent.com. We're on social media on Facebook. I was trying to hurry past that, so because I'm the only one ain't wearing merch today.
Just know that I'm wearing all the right
I'm the only one
We
wearing
out here
merch
too.
today, so
have socks, but Chris,
We out here.
So yeah, I'm be taking another shot for that.
Don't
but
worry,
you
I
can go
got
ahead
you.
and find our
Playboy.
merch.
I got you, Playboy.
On 805ent.com. So look that up. We got some new shit, some new patterns out there.
Yes,
too,
check
for
out
you.
the new stuff.
So go ahead. We also appreciate those who've been buying stuff because every time I see a purchase, I'm wondering if it's one of us or it's one of y'all. And it every one of us.
So anybody who's buying the merch,
thank you
wow,
guys.
Thank you. You guys are
Thank you
really
for
wearing
supporting
this
us.
stuff, So cool. Thank you. For sure.
Yeah, we Brian, where they can find you at personally if they want to talk to you personally.
Well, you can troll me at BData24.
Still trollable.
Hey, La Carpatron Duke Marriott on Twitter. And if I'm not doing that, I'm probably gaming. You can catch me as Mind of Cow, most likely on Twitch, or your game name's Lame.
Got my number Slava.
And yeah, that's about it.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Chris, where can they find you at?
I'm still found. Or for Tanisha, you can find me on Instagram. Seaboy Design, still doing the flyers, t-shirt designs, logos, web design, all that good stuff. Holla at me in the DM. We can talk about it. Seaboy Designs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can find me at all my shit on Sir D's, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
All of them.
And we about to be popping on TikTok in a minute. I just want y'all to know we have been promoting it.
We have
still
a
don't know
TikTok
how to use it.
and a punishment.
But we have a TikTok. We have a TikTok punishment.
Shout out to B12.
And I think we are going to incorporate more TikTok punishments into our setup here. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Once I put it in the intro, it's official.
It's
You
official.
hear it in the intro, it's official. So be on the lookout.
So
Maury, you ready? J-Mo,
Man.
find him on his.
Happen when you don't
you
show
can
up.
find my Cuddy Maury on his
You don't know him, right?
Snapchat.
Where he at?
J_.
J_Will15 on Snapchat, and on Instagram
Josh.
is no.
Oh, look at the niggas today. Josh_Will15.
Josh_Will15 on Snapchat.
J_Will R6
on Instagram.
I got
So,
another
you know,
half hour.
we got it. But yeah, you can find him on there too.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
homie.
hit my Cuddy up. You know, he out there working tonight, so he couldn't be with us.
Get your money, man.
Yeah.
It's to come up.
Yeah, he putting in for that vacation time because more vacation's hard.
Yes. And speaking of vacation, we got 2 coming up. We going to Big Bear.
Lake.
Yes, we do. We got a cabin out there. We'll probably,
Shoot some
shoot some shit, some content.
Have a
out
good
for y'all.
time.
Might actually catch a fish.
And we gonna
Maybe.
we might do some TikToks out there too.
Something.
And we got Jamaica coming up.
Of course.
It's official.
Yeah.
We already got the
Maury and
first
Sherman
one.
is on the way.
Official, right?
It's
it was on.
It's on, but now it has started. Yes.
It's like, and then it's like Cancun again, like fuck COVID. Yeah, you just going to Jamaica.
We
gonna
gonna
do
process.
Maybe a booster shot. I don't know. For me,
We
I don't know
gonna
about
do
everybody
it.
else.
So y'all just be on the lookout. Keep rocking with us.
Yes, make
Don't
sure you
forget to
tap in.
like, share, subscribe our content, man. The more y'all do to help us, the more we are grateful, and the more content we can bring to y'all.
And the
'cause-
more you help us in the algorithm.
Yes, the algorithm is punishing us right now, so we need for
The
y'all
algorithm.
to really show us some love because they trying not to promote our stuff
Yeah, I feel
so,
cyberbullied.
So
YouTube
please.
people.
We might kind of be what you call inflammatory, but
Only a little bit though. We mean harm. No harm. We don't mean no harm.
it's the good inflammatory.
We on the low end of the inflammatory spectrum, though.
Yeah. But we're here for it's that pain that you want to be aware of. You know.
We gonna figure it out though.
we'll
Trust
figure it
us.
out.
We all feel like we right on the cusp of something good.
Yes.
Yeah, because when the shit get put off like it's supposed to, it really go. So YouTube stop messing with us. You know what I'm saying? Let us flourish. Oh, Peacock, man, you gotta let me fly.
You gotta let me fly, Captain. For real, but we appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in with us and rocking with us. And like I said, this has been another episode of You a Lie. You a Lie. And we out this joint.
Gone.
Oh, wait.
There's more.
I got a continuity. Merch check continuity, so I might as well go ahead and get it out.
The merch check.
I'm gonna get it out the way.
I'm gonna tell you, but y'all don't want to see that.
You already did. They
Not
saw
again.
it. They saw it.
No, it was over here.
Finally got the camera all in focus now. Can't get right.
Focus on me hard. No, I'm gonna put my foot up. Nope.
See in every corner.
We gonna see every bunion. Every corner.